What are you doing? Turn it back on.
It's not me. I can't.
Turn the bloody lights on!
Most people get into their cars and never think twice about what the road might show them. They drive the same routes, pass the same trees, go through the same tunnels, and arrive wherever they are going without anything worth remembering. But every so often, a dashcam keeps rolling at exactly the wrong moment. It records the thing no one was supposed to see, the crash that came out of nowhere, the figure standing where no figure should be, the night that suddenly stopped feeling safe. These drivers did not go looking for any of it. It found them. Tonight, we look at the 6 most disturbing dashcam encounters ever caught on camera, and some of what you are about to see will stay with you long after the screen goes dark. On January 16, 2009, Indranco 3 uploaded footage that had already become the subject of much discussion online. It was the last known recording of 4 17-year-old boys who were later found unalived in their car at an abandoned farm in Stevenage, England, just 10 miles from where they lived. The night began like any teenage adventure, but it did not end that way. One of the first unsettling things their camera picked up was a lifeless rabbit stretched flat in the middle of the road, cold and still, as if placed there on purpose.
Also, holding the camera to your face makes you extremely uncomfortable. No, yes it does. I get to film Ollie doing a wee-wee. It's right out. Is it really? Yeah, it was right out. I can't fit with this. My balls! A rabbit! I caught a rabbit! It's like perfectly preserved as well. It's really weird. Oh, Ollie, don't. Off. Oh, man. That is... Stop it. I'm stroking it. We caught a rabbit.
My turn!
I'm just...
After driving around and messing about through the dark for hours, the boys made their way toward Broomhall Farm, the abandoned property where their bodies would later be discovered. They hesitated more than once. They could feel something was off, and in that moment of hesitation, this happened.
James, point the camera at me.
James, just give me the...
What are you doing? Turn it back on.
It's not me. I can't.
Turn the bloody lights on! What are you doing? Please don't! No! Dog. Hand lid. Art. Beans. Cool.
On February 19, 2026, this explorer switched on his dashboard camera as he set off on what looked like a completely ordinary drive. For the first stretch, nothing seemed unusual. But the situation changed the moment he reached the Waterval Boven Tunnel. What his dashcam recorded next was something no driver ever wants to witness up close. moving truck losing control inside a tunnel is not like a crash on an open road. There is no shoulder to escape to, no gap to slip through, no sky above you, just concrete walls on both sides and a wall of metal coming fast. If this driver had entered that tunnel 30 seconds earlier, he would have been right there in the middle of it when that truck went, caught between the impact and the tunnel wall, with no room to maneuver and no way to reverse through the traffic building up behind him. Survival would have come down to pure chance. On August 17th, 2024, YouTuber Scary Videos Zero caught a ghost on his dashboard camera as he was driving through a silent neighborhood in the middle of the night. But even before the ghost appeared, the night and the bright lights had a ghostly and surreal aspect. And when the driver branched through this road, it happened. It looked like a person, but it did not move the way a person moves. And the driver knew immediately that something was very wrong with what he was seeing. Think about what could have happened if that driver had not recognized what he was looking at in time. A figure standing frozen in the middle of a dark road, invisible until you are almost on top of it. At nighttime speeds, there would have been no time to brake, no time to swerve. And if whatever that was had any intention behind its presence there, stepping out of the car to check would have been the last decision he ever made. Right there, standing in the middle of the road, was a ghost that looked like an everyday human being. But there it was, and the explorers who captured it on Dashcam knew to avoid it and not invoke the wrath of a paranormal entity. The most terrifying thing about this was not that it looked supernatural, it was that it looked completely normal. A figure standing in the road at night, shaped like a person, dressed like a person. Any other driver who did not know better would have stopped, rolled down the window, maybe even stepped out to ask if everything was okay. And that is exactly the kind of mistake that does not end well. Whatever was standing on that road had no business being there at that hour, in that silence, looking that ordinary. The drivers who filmed it kept moving because something in them knew. Not every figure that looks human is one, and not every stranger standing alone in the dark at midnight is waiting for your help. On March 28, 2018, Dashcam owners Asia was driving through Teluk Bahang, Malaysia, recording the sights and sounds along the road. It was a normal outing until their camera caught something standing by the roadside that no one in the car was prepared for. A woman in a traditional kabaya outfit, standing completely still.
Aku jalan je lah. Kena takut. Kau jalan sekarang. Wait, kejap. Wait. Kau.
Imagine if the car had stalled right there at that exact spot, in front of that figure, engine dead, doors unlocked, and a woman standing just near them, not moving and not leaving. In Malaysian folklore, what they saw is not something you approach, it is not something you acknowledge, and it is certainly not something you wait around to get a better look at. On May 1st, 2016, this explorer was driving down a long, open dirt road with his dashcam rolling. The road ahead looked clear. Then, in a split second, something launched itself from the side, and the driver had almost no time to react.
Andy Williams can't get used to losing you. Which dog? The Beatles, the English band, covered, didn't they? That's where it comes from. Runs through the song. So Andy Williams is actually credited, not the beat, on Beyonce's record, but that's where it comes from. Doc, glad to help you out. All right, Richard Kingsmill with you. We've got new music coming up from this local singer in a moment.
A sudden leap into the path of a moving vehicle on a remote dirt road, far from medical help, far from any town. If the timing had been slightly different, that impact could have sent the car spinning off the road entirely. Out there, with no guardrails and nothing but open land on either side, a rollover would have been a serious situation. No phone signal, no passers-by, just a damaged car in the middle of nowhere, and a very long wait for anyone to notice something was wrong. On April 1st, 2022, YouTuber Out Off the Trail was traveling the back roads of a region in Mexico known for cartel activity when he came face to face with a few unexpected people.
The car behind us is kind of scaring me how fast they're going.
I know, we're going quick. It's not scaring me.
It's scaring me because what if they're speeding up on us to rob us or something?
Drove this road lots of times.
Oh my god, they have guns. Jesus, Jesus.
Go, 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 go,
no, please, please, what? Please. Oh my god, they have guns. Jesus, Jesus.
Go, 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 go,
no, please, what? Please. Please, what? Please, what? No, Espanol, please. We're just...
No problem. Okay, no problem.
Please.
You will.
Por favor.
¿Dónde vas? Hey, vamos,
Please.
no problem, okay?
I'm about to pass
No
out.
problem, okay, no problem.
Logan, don't. It's okay,
Oh,
it's okay,
hey,
it's okay.
No problem, okay? What? You will.
Can we go?
Well done.
Please.
Yeah,
por
no,
favor.
okay. Hey, no. Easy.
No pasa nada.
No problem. Hey,
Okay.
easy, okay? Hey, ¿dónde? Cancún. ¿Dónde?
Okay.
We're gonna see mi madre.
You where?
Cancun.
You? No problem.
No problem.
No pasa nada.
Tranquilo, pero...
No pasa nada.
What's your name?
Luckily, everyone was able to escape unharmed. This 44-year-old man was driving along a coastal road in southern Turkey, enjoying what should have been a scenic route, when the hillside above him gave way without any warning. A massive landslide came down and buried both him and his car in seconds. Emergency services eventually reached the site and had to dig the car out by hand to get to him. He was pulled out alive with minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. Now consider the weight of what almost happened. Coastal roads in that part of Turkey are narrow, winding, and far from emergency services. If the debris had shifted further after the initial slide, or if rescuers had taken longer to locate the car, the outcome would have been entirely different. Buried under tons of earth, running out of air, unable to move or signal for help. The dashcam kept recording through all of it. He survived, but the margin between survival and something far worse was razor thin. On September 3rd, 2018, Mind Melting Mysteries Top 5960 uploaded footage from a police cruiser's dashcam. Officers were on a routine patrol when their camera recorded something that had no reasonable explanation. Police dashcams are built to document reality. They capture traffic stops, accidents, pursuits, things that can be verified and reported. What this camera captured was something that fit none of those categories. Whatever appeared in that footage, the officers had no protocol for it, no training for it, and no way to file a report that would have made any sense to a supervisor. Some things are simply not in the manual. In the early morning of March 15th, 2024, New Mexico State Police Officer Justin Hara stopped to assist a disabled motorist. During the entire encounter, Hara did not leave the patrol vehicle. Upon pulling over behind the car, Hara realized that something was wrong.
Six taking care of B97. Hey, bud.
Got a flat tire. You can help me?
What are you needing?
Just a tire. I need a ride to the store. You get me there.
Okay, I can get you back to town real quick, but nobody's open tonight.
Well, that's fine. I'll get to town. I just haven't come back to get the car.
Okay, go ahead and go to the front of my car real quick. I'll meet you up there real quick. I'll get you.
Instead of the suspect walking to the front of the patrol vehicle, he shot Hare fatally into the neck. The horrors were far from over yet, because his violent spree had just begun. After dumping the body at a nearby road, officials were already on their way to the last distress signal sent from the vehicle. Unknown to them, Hare was already far gone. One of the officers stumbled upon the dumped body, but unfortunately, it was already too late.
.03 961 Norcom, 961 Norcom out 966 off the 311 exit. He's 10-7, 10-7. Get a 55 now. Here, hey, brother, hey.
The suspect, later identified as Jeremy Smith, was caught while fleeing into someone else's backyard, where he was shot multiple times before being treated at a hospital for his wounds. Smith was sentenced to life in prison. Just before 3:30 in the morning, YouTuber Austin Raichbrook with RMG News was driving on the 110 freeway near Gage Avenue when he spotted a dark SUV stalled in the road. He pulled over to check on the situation. Within moments, another vehicle came from behind and struck the stalled SUV at full speed, and this happened. Austin dropped his camera and ran toward the wreck. Flames and thick smoke pushed him back the first time he tried to reach the driver. He went in again. On his second attempt, he managed to pull the man free and drag him away from the burning vehicle. He stayed with him until paramedics arrived. The driver was taken to hospital in critical condition. Austin walked away with glass cuts on his hands and singed hair. The SUV had been sitting in darkness on a freeway where cars travel at high speed, with no hazard lights visible in time. If Austin had not already been nearby, if no one else had pulled over, that driver would have burned alive before anyone could have reached him. On a freeway at 3 in the morning, help was not guaranteed to come quickly. One less witness on that road, and there would have been nothing left to save. On July 22, 2025, the Viral Muse Show uploaded footage of a civilian driving along the Santa Cruz highway when something ghost-like in appearance caught their camera's attention. It was the kind of moment that makes drivers question whether to stop, speed up, or pretend they never saw it.
Yeah, I'm not even on the gas right now.
Remote highways like this have a particular quality at night. The trees press in close, the lane markings are the only thing familiar, and anything standing still on the side of the road becomes immediately alarming. Whatever that driver saw on the Santa Cruz highway, they did not stop to investigate. That was probably the right call, because on a road like that, alone, at that hour, stopping for something unexplained is exactly how people end up in the kind of stories that never get fully explained. In 2024, a Reddit user from the Philippines, going by the name of Something Dado, shared something that can be only described as a chilling encounter. While riding his motorbike around 3 a.m., he came face to face with a ghostly figure that suddenly rushed toward him. Instead of colliding and causing a crash, however, something far stranger happened. Thousands of users searched for a logical explanation of the events that unfolded that day. Despite hours of research and countless combined efforts, no answer has ever been found. On February 3, 2022, WVTM-13 released footage from a driver whose dashcam recorded a road rage incident that escalated far beyond shouting or aggressive driving. The man behind the wheel lost complete control of himself, and when the situation boiled over, he reached for something he should never have brought onto a public road. Road rage happens every day. Most of it ends with cursing and close calls. But this driver crossed into territory where someone could have been taken out on a highway surrounded by complete strangers, people on their way to work, to school, to see family, who had no idea what was unfolding in the lane beside them. If his aim had been steadier or his anger had lasted another few seconds, we would not just be watching dashcam footage, we would be reading a homicide headline. On December 11, 2025, Drama_Dashcam uploaded footage of one of the strangest events ever recorded on a Florida freeway. A small plane, apparently losing altitude fast, made an emergency landing on a live highway and struck at least one vehicle in the process. A plane coming down onto a freeway during active traffic is something most people never imagine as a real possibility. Drivers had no warning, no time to clear the lane, no chance to understand what was happening until it was already over. If that aircraft had come down at a slightly different angle, or at a stretch of road with heavier traffic, the number of vehicles involved would have been far greater. The freeway became a runway without anyone's permission, and the only thing that limited the damage was luck. In September 2015, the Pinery Fire in South Australia reached its peak. While civilians were ordered to evacuate all surrounding buildings, firefighters had to rush towards the danger, putting their lives at risk. Unaware of how quickly the flames could spread, the firefighters simply underestimated the power of nature.
Get up there, on the back. Here it comes, the head's coming. Nick, slow down. Can't even get it. It's got to pick it up. We're going to go in a burn over very, very quickly now. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Get
On January 9th, 2015, a dashcam captured a terrifying chain reaction on Michigan Highway 194, where the road had turned into a sheet of ice. Drivers had no traction, no control, and no way to stop what was already in motion.